I know this question initially looks simple enough to just do by hand, and it definitely is. Let's start there, but I want to show you a couple cool things in Desmos as well, so stick around. So if my goal is to get x by itself, normally I wouldn't rewrite this, but I don't have much space there. But I want to get x by itself, which means I first get rid of what's loosely attached, which is the +1, so I'll subtract on both sides. Now I'm left with -5x equals -7. Now, to get x by itself, I have to get rid of what's directly attached, which means I'm going to divide both sides by the -5. We know that two negatives make a positive. So now I get my answer is 7/5. And I could just, of course, go in here, type that, and I'm good to go. However, I do want to show you a couple neat strategies with Desmos. So let me clear all this out here. And if I just type in the equation, the exact way that I see it, so -5x + 1 equals -6, here you get the solution. And the reason it shows it as a vertical line is because really our solution, let's say, is x equals 1.4, because you see that the x coordinate is 1.4. Whenever it's x equals, that is a vertical line. If it were y equals, it would be a horizontal line. And I'll show you that in a moment. Now, the reason I drew the y kind of funny like that, look at it upside down and it'll look like an H. So that's a little trick to know that if it's y equals without an x in the equation, it's a horizontal line. And notice here's the letter V. If I do another V but upside down, now it made an X. So whenever you see x equals without a y, you know it's a vertical line. So let me show you what I meant here. So if I do y equals 4, hey, look at that, a horizontal line there. Okay, so that's a good thing to know. I could type in 1.4 as my answer. I could go here and do 1.4, and then let me go ahead and expand this so you can see a little bit better. I could press this button to make it the fraction that we already saw, 7/5. So good stuff to know there. Another good thing to know with Desmos, just so you're familiar, is whenever you have these two sides of the equation equal to each other, what that's really saying is, okay, what if you had the equation y equals -5x + 1? And what if you had the equation y equals -6? In other words, they're both y equals, and instead what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and turn this one off. Notice the purple graph is the y equals -5x + 1. The black graph is y equals -6. The point of intersection, specifically the x value where they intersect, is x equals 1.4. So this is good just to understand what's really going on here. Obviously, this is faster than doing two different graphs. One is easier. But last thing I want to show you, let's clear all this. And something that's a cool feature is the regression feature. So what you would do is we actually can't use x for this feature. So let's say I make it -5a + 1, and then we're going to do the tilde symbol. On most keyboards, it's going to be shift and then the button directly below escape. So in the very upper left corner, it's just the button right below it, but shift and that button. Or you could press, let me make sure here, ABC, and then click here. But to me, it's a little bit faster just with my keyboard. And notice I put -6. The regression parameter, this a equals, is the solution. So pretty neat different things you could do with Desmos. Regardless, 1.4 or the fraction equivalent that we saw of 7/5 could be the acceptable answers.